Facebook ad troubleshooting, one of the most valuable skills that you can acquire as a marketer, is figuring out what you're looking at, what's working, what isn't working, and what tweaks you need to make to get something to work. So I thought it would be extremely valuable to show you all some ads that I set live for my business this week. Now, funny enough, after the first day, I knew immediately that the ad I had running was not going to work. It was a little bit of a flop. And I want to show you why it was a flop and what I've changed to do differently now that I have a little bit of information in here. So keep in mind, this says max data, but I literally set this live about 36 hours ago. I'm breaking one of my rules. Typically, I wait until I have about 1,000 reach, plus I'd say 1,000 to like 1,500 in regards to reach before I touch anything. However, I just knew right out the gate, even with the small amount of information I had, I was close to 1,000, and I could tell that things weren't going to work. So I want to show you how I knew that and what I'm doing differently today. A reminder, these have been live for 24 or 48 hours, and I knew immediately that I needed to change something. So I want to show you what I'm seeing and how I knew that. So here I am, we've got our campaign ad set ad level. This is an ad specifically running to a freebie to calculate, it's for people to calculate what their return is on their ad. So they can jump in here and essentially do what I'm doing for you here, looking at this and understanding how much money is being made, how much money is being lost, and knowing whether or not that's good. So this was my first ad that I created. This is a freebie that I've had running on my website for a while. I've had hundreds and hundreds of opt-ins, so it's a proven concept in that regard. I know that people want this, and so it's just a very simple ad. I have a matching story. It's very basic though. It's, you know, there's a little bit of animation in it, and the copy is super simple. But I noticed immediately after setting this live, I want you to take a peek, my link click-through rate. This is absolutely one of the key metrics that I use as an initial indicator as to if something will work or not work. I love shooting for about a 1% link click-through rate. If I don't have that, that automatically tells me there's either something wrong with who I'm targeting or what I'm saying to them, because they're just not in alignment. Above a 1% link click-through rate shows me I'm on that right path. So I saw this, and even though I didn't even have quite 1,000 in regards to reach, I just knew that it wasn't going to turn around. And so what I did is I decided, okay, initially when I had this idea for this ad campaign, I was like, okay, I know the freebie that I'm going to run ads to, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that freebie and I'm going to run it to a graphic like this. And then I decided I'm going to run it to a video. And then I was thinking there's another kind of like how-to type video that I was going to run it to as well. I just ran out of time. I had to pick up my kids from school. I ran out of time. So I just said, well, let me just run this one ad tonight. If it doesn't do what I want it to do, I'll set live a new ad tomorrow. And that's exactly what I did. So I want to show you then right after that, I went ahead and I relaunched a new ad. I actually recorded this. I put it right on my Instagram feed. I then took it and turned it into an ad. It's different than boosting. I actually created an ad out of this. And so this is just a quick little tutorial showing people how I made $350K in 30 days for one of my clients. And I just quickly walked them through some very brief metrics, kind of give them a taste of what information I know about return on ad spend and the kind of return I see for clients. But anyway, all that they have to do now is click on learn more, and they can be brought to that tutorial to opt in. And I want to show you immediately how I improved that link click-through rate. It over doubled, right? Now I'm sitting above a 1%, which shows me that this is something that people want to see. Now I do have concerns, it's early days, I do have concerns with the CPM, but this campaign is so new that I need to listen to my own rules here, and I do need to let this sit for the weekend, because especially when things are new, and if a pixel isn't seasoned to pick up on the events that we're looking to measure, like I'm specifically looking to measure how many people have opted into this freebie here, it's going to take my pixel a little while. So as hard as it is, I need to know that I have set it up to an audience that wants to see it. I've got to let it run through the weekend, and then I can revisit on Monday and see how things are going. I should see that CPM drop a bit, and hopefully that cost per click will also drop. So from here, let's say that this does end up being the freebie that I end up running ads to because, this is the ad I end up running ads to because it is maintaining a low cost per sign up, which I love seeing. This is around $4. It's higher than I want to see. I'm going to see if I can get it down to half that or a third of that, but that's going to come with time. I need to let this sit. It's got to run through the weekend. The next thing that I'll do after this is I'll just change some minor things about it. I'll recreate this ad by clicking duplicate, and then I'm going to try a different call to action. I'm going to try changing up the verbiage just a little bit. And anyway, there's a whole testing method that I will go through to make sure that I'm lowering that cost per result. I do just have to give it a few more days though, because as you can see, if you enjoyed this very quick deep dive tutorial, I know that you are going to love Email List Growth plus Facebook Ads mini course that I have. In this mini course, I go ahead and break down for you how I set this up every single step along the way. It's condensed video tutorials showing you how you can get your campaign literally set up in about an hour or two. It is not rocket science, but I do walk you through how you make sure that your tracking is set up properly, because if it's not, your ads aren't going to work. I also talk to you a little bit about the testing variations that I do, as well as a couple different ways that you can set this up depending on what your final outcome is, because Facebook is so smart. It will do exactly what you want it to do. So you need to make sure that you're telling Facebook what kind of campaign you want. So go ahead, check that out.